This is a Headgum podcast.
Pat, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Who doesn't love the good things in life?
Not me. I can't say that I don't love them.
Because you know, you and I both love good things. We both love a little luxury. And just because we love luxury doesn't mean I can always afford it. That is until I discovered Quince. Quince is it's my go-to for luxury essentials at the most affordable prices.
Yes, and Quince offers a range of high-quality items at prices within reach, okay? They're not out of reach. They are in reach. Like 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50, washable silk tops and dresses, organic cotton sweaters, and 14 karat gold jewelry for that special someone in your life. And that could even be you.
Oh, and here's the best part. Y'all are going to freak out when I say this. All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. And they do this by partnering directly with the top factories. So they're cutting out that middleman. Fuck you, middleman. You should never have been here in the first place.
I hate the middleman.
I know. Get over yourself, the middleman. And Quince is not afraid to pass savings on directly to us. That's me and you and Mr. P.
I loved getting my mom. You know, my mom is definitely that January birthday, so her birthday just came and went. And like, I love to use Quince to get her like amazing products for her birthday.
Your mom is definitely that January birthday. What'd you get her?
A sweater.
Oh God, I love their sweaters. I brought a bunch with me to my trip to London, England.
Well, you and my mom will have to go matchy.
I would love to be twinning with your mom. So give yourself the luxury you deserve with Quince. Go to quince.com/seek treatment for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/seek treatment to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/seek treatment.
Hey bitch, what is your whole deal? Hey bitch, just tell us how you feel. You wished for a sign from above. Well, here's a podcast about boy sex, fucking, dating, and love. Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment with Kat
And Pat.
Hey, it's Kitty Cat.
It's Pat, and this is Seek Treatment,
a podcast about
boys
sets,
boys sets,
effing,
fucking, dating,
the D,
riding it
writing or receiving, and love, which is the way you look at me. Love is the only thing I see. Love is very, very extraordinary. Love was made for me and you.
And that song was an original track written for the Parent Trap reboot starring Lindsay Lohan.
Now we are live in the studio with an amazing guest today. Should we open our ears, Pat?
Let's open our ears for
Let's
Dylan.
open our for Dylan Nalbandian.
Hi,
guys.
How do you pronounce?
How do you pronounce?
No, you
We
guys
want to make
said
sure to
that
get it right.
perfectly.
Did we nail it?
Yeah, Nalbandian.
Did we stick the landing?
Nalbandian.
10 out of 10. I was
Dylan, where
impressed.
the hell are you?
I'm in Silver Lake right now, actually.
Oh my God, so close to my friend Patrick.
I know. I was trying to hopefully do it in person, but I was.
Blame it on me. Blame it on me.
I'm eager to be here, and so I was like, you know what? I want to join on Zoom. So I'm.
You know what?
so
it's
happy
been
to be
really
here.
fun on Zoom lately. Water's been warm on Zoom, don't you think, P?
I love when people JOZ and join on Zoom.
I'm gonna do a JOZ video where I podcast you to completion. Horrible.
Oh my gosh,
What's everyone's mood today?
Well, for reasons I just explained to you.
These beautiful seasons. Poo-poo.
So good.
Did everyone watch the Grammys?
No, here's
No,
what
I
we're not
haven't
going
yet.
to do.
Me
Here's what we're
neither.
not going to
No,
do.
this is 3 people who haven't watched the Grammys, and that's amazing.
I'll never watch them for $1 million. I wouldn't, if someone offered me $1 million to watch the Grammys, I would say take a hike.
I do think they're the most fun award show, though. Like, you get the performances. Am I wrong
Agree.
with that?
No,
I just think
agree.
you get so much.
I just don't care. I just don't.
Well, you don't have to
First
watch
of all-
Grammys because if you open your phone, it's
That-
as though you were watching it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many clips that together it is the Grammys.
Same. Yeah,
It's
I've
just
seen
like
every
me-
performance.
Right.
Music is inherently so silly that, like,
No, it's not, Pat.
No,
Music is
it
the
is-
closest thing we have to magic.
I'm
Dylan,
not saying
back
it's
me up.
No. I feel like I'm in the middle of the, because with all of like the forms of like entertainment, I feel like I'm least in the know about music just because I care more about the film and TV side of things. But I will say, out of all the award shows, I tend to like the Grammys the best. I just haven't watched it yet this year.
I don't like any award shows. It's like someone said recently, this sentence someone in my orbit said, it's just really hard right now, like it being award season.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Like I was like, I'm setting myself on.
Someone said that. That's why it's hard right now.
Someone who
that's why I think they're hard right now. I'm laughing.
Someone who was on their recovery journey was sharing that it was hard right now, it being award season and all.
I
so
think
at that point.
I think when you're little, there's some magic to it, and then when you kind of see how it works a bit more, you're like, oh wait, everyone's paid for the thing. Not always. I'm just saying, like in many cases.
Yeah.
These beautiful things that I want.
Yeah, and then like I just hate when there's like a moment like that where it's like Benson Boone did the backflip we didn't know we needed.
It's like we definitely actually didn't need it, and we were right to know that we didn't.
And like also like
he also like completely like grabbed his drunk on stage.
Oh,
did you guys
I didn't
see that?
That's kind of cool. Did it look good?
He like made like an Instagram story about it after because it like immediately cut to SZA's face and she's just like what am I watching?
That was? I didn't know what that was. But isn't he ET? Early 20s?
Yeah. Yeah, he's ET.
When someone's ET, extraterrestrial early 20s, I can't.
Dylan, surely you must be ET.
I'm 24, so yeah, I guess that's
You're ET.
Cuspy, you're Cuspy, Dill.
I'm Cuspy, yeah.
We are Drew Barrymore and the boy because you are ET. You are dressed up in that wig, Miss ET.
This year we've had two amazing acronyms. There's ET and then there's ETYA, which is where you're exactly 10 years apart. Which you and Dylan are almost at, yeah.
Right now, me and Catherine were riding our bikes past the moon in the sky because we are with an ET.
That was like home because ET is in the studio.
I will be ET. That movie like scarred me as a kid. When ET went home, I think there's like a video of me as like a kid, like hands up to the TV, like screaming, "No, like ET, come back!"
My God.
And I haven't seen it since.
They don't make them like that anymore.
No, they don't.
I would never watch ET, and I'm okay with it. And like, I'm living
over
when I know, I don't doubt it.
But there's so many. I mean, think of all the books you'll never read. Life is short and long. Dylan, do you think life is short or long? First segment.
I think it's long.
I feel like it gets shorter as I get older, though.
Like
each year, like the year, I'm just like, this year went by fast, and then I'm like, it's already February. I'm like, this year is going to be fast.
This year is bonkers.
Yeah, this year has been off to...
Not to be like garbage fire, but this year is already like, okay, what the F?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, 2026 can come sooner rather than later, actually,
yes,
now. 2028 can come around sooner than later, actually.
When we log off this Zoom, we will have less time left than we've ever had before.
To quote one of my favorite poems of all time, a Merwin poem. There is no time, yet it grows less. Boom.
Wow.
There is no time,
I gotta
yet it
log
grows
off
less.
after that one. That was the line I didn't know I needed. That was my Benson Boone grabbing his penis on stage.
These beautiful things that are Benson Boone.
It's just like so to be like all adults like online being like Benson Boone grabbed his junk and I'm here for it. Like
I'm here for it.
You know what though? This is why I connected with Benson Boone is because
I love Benson Boone.
I do too.
Well, here's why I connect with him because he has this one trick. It's I'm going to do a backflip on stage. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, when you're an up and coming alternative comedian, you have one bit that you know is going to kill and you drive it into the ground until they kick you off.
And the Grammys was his JFL where he's like, I'm doing the thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is when you do it. Like, this is when you do that thing that you're known for. But like,
you have to do it even if it feels like, oh, fuck, people have seen it, but it is the Grammys. I have to do my bit.
But I saw a tweet that broke him a little bit for me.
What?
It was some gal tweeting that feeling when backflip kid from your school is on stage at the Grammys. And you're like, oh, so you were like this kid in high school that was like, everyone watched me do backflips. And now it's like, it just takes away from it for me.
Backflip kid is not what anyone wants to be called.
Now, Dylan, you do such good like parody videos of films. What were your films growing up that you loved?
I love comedies, so I feel like that kind of is what got me into it. SNL was a huge, like, and still is a huge, like, influence.
Well, happy SNL 50 to you. Like,
thank you. Yeah,
to you and yours.
It means a lot to me.
I want to hold space on this episode.
We're going to hold space for SNL 50. Yeah.
It's just so hard with it being SNL 50 right now. To quote your friend.
I just can't wait till SNL 50 is over and things get a little more back to normal.
Yeah, they're really like, it's
just like the
SNL
pandemic,
everywhere.
then the pandemic, and then the strike, the fires, and SNL 50.
SNL
It's like, when are we
50?
going to get normal again?
And Saturday night, we got a whole movie too. And every time I log on to Peacock, we get like the first thing that comes up every time is the like, they did that documentary. And it's like,
oh, yeah.
It just starts playing every time. And I'm just trying to watch The Housewives. And it's like SNL 50 and it cuts all these things. And I'm always like, I could recite that whole thing now.
What? Wait, what cities
Wait, quick
do you
aside,
watch?
you guys. I've fully have Brian, my boyfriend, hooked on Housewives. And the other day I was literally like trying to kiss his neck while he was watching it. And he was like, babe, stop, the game's on. And it was like the Housewives reunion. I was like, oh my God.
Which
Final
reunion?
form. We were watching the Salt Lake City reunion. And then we're also now watching New York reboot reunion because I wanted to know what was going on. And it's
I had a quite harrowing thing happen to me. Someone in my orbit was doing like a New York rewatch, which I haven't done in a few years, and they were sending me like little bits of it that were like so fun to watch, and I was like, why don't I start from scratch with New York? You know, while I'm cooking, while I'm cleaning, you know, just while I'm stretching. You know, Dylan, I've stretched every day of 2025. Thank you very much. And so, of course, when you have just that background chatter, you're plowing through episodes, but you call yourself watching it. You're using that time. You're multitasking. Right. But then I shared with this other person like something from season 4, and you know what this girl said to me?
What?
I said, "You watched 3 seasons in 2 weeks."
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And then I had to sit in that, right?
And you
and
would say that's called child's
that.
play. You said that's what we call child's play.
Call me Chucky because what I'm doing is child's play.
If it makes you feel better, I never watched Roni before. I started with like Vanderpump Rules. Now I'm watching Roni, but I started like less than a month ago because I'm redecorating my apartment right now. And every time I'm building anything, I'm just putting it on. So I'm on like the 5th season now, and it's been like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So we're in the same boat.
Wait, I want to hear about your apartment journey. What are we doing?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have a cute little studio apartment. I think I have a feeling Pat and I live semi close to each other.
I think you guys have been over, right? You guys have been over. I'm like, no, I don't think we've been over.
No.
Wait, where? I wish we can beep it out, but where do you live? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I passed you once, like running. I remember walking to this over. I messaged you after. I was walking to the reservoir from my apartment, and I saw like this guy running, and I was like, "Oh my God, who is this ripped guy?" And
oh my God,
yeah, no, I'm not kidding. I was like, "Who is that?" And then I was like, "Oh my gosh, I think that's Pat." And so I was like, I have to DM him after.
Did I look ripped?
Yes, I was.
What month was it?
It was probably over the summer, I'm guessing.
Okay, yeah. I want to start running again.
I know. I heard you were in a car accident, right?
I was in a horrific crash, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. I'm trying to be nice and let you tell your story.
Yeah. Raise your voice.
I narrowly avoided a horrific crash again. A car that I was supposed to be in was in a horrific crash.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The vibes are off. The vibes are not vibing.
I know. But anyways, okay.
Wait, so Dylan, what are we doing to the apartment?
So what I'm doing, I had a Murphy bed. And when I first moved into this apartment, it was during COVID. And I was just like, Murphy bed sounds nice. Like I have a small space. And then I never used it. But it's in the smack middle of the room. And so it was just really hard to decorate around. And when the first few years I was up here, I'm from San Diego, and I film a lot of my videos down there just because I have more space.
I noticed that they're not LA based.
Yeah, they're not. Now I'm getting there a little bit more because I just didn't want to film in public at first. I was so nervous to do so, and I felt bad like asking people to help me because they do take time to make.
Yeah, that's how I am with self-tapes. Yeah. I was so close to doing a self-tape once, but then the last minute I like found someone to help me with it. I was like, I felt like my reps, they're going to be so impressed with me. Like, I've finally done what they've asked me to do. They're going to really be obsessed. Literally, I was about to learn the lines, and I like looked at the email, and it was like I was like, let me read the character. And of course it was like, he's a gay guy who definitely freaks out sometimes. And oh yeah, he's British. And then I like texted my reps. I was like, I'm not doing a British accent. And I'm not doing this. Something was like, gay guy who is on the ball, but definitely freaks out.
That's, yeah.
Okay, but in any case, so you go to San Diego to record your videos.
I do a lot. I've been doing a little more up here. But anyways, this was kind of like a crashing pad for me for a while. And it's been
a pied a terror.
That's
It's
very
a pied a terror.
Kind of. It just was like, I didn't feel like I had balance in any place because I was like just between two suitcases for a couple of years, kind of going back and forth because I wanted to be up here and I thought I was going to film more up here. And then I just like was so comfortable down in San Diego. I was like, why am I up here? I need to actually like make this home base. So now I moved my bed into a corner. I got an actual like bed frame and now I'm just getting all like the cabinets and coffee tables. It's nice.
Here's what I find with decorating. What I find with decorating is like, yes, you must do it. But you have to be careful because like it could really skew into like the dark arts. Do you know what I mean? When you get too into it, it's like, okay, calm down. You're now being humiliating. Do you know what I mean?
I know.
Like humans weren't put on this earth to be like, and now like, and how about this? Like, what if we use this space? Like, that's not what humans were meant to be for.
I disagree. I think humans were meant for that.
Humans were not meant for like redoing the ceilings. I'm sorry. That's not what my God intended.
Yeah,
that's what my God wants for me. Is to
interior decorating isn't my strong suit, but I will say I've got it. I'm really happy with what I've done so far, but I've taken my time and I've like had 3.5 years to figure out what I want to do. So there's no rush to it now. I'm just like, as it comes together, it comes together. And I'm also returning things left and right because I think I'll like something and then it's just not. Yeah. It's not hitting.
Wow. And what is harder than returning something?
Oh my gosh. It's the biggest pain in the butt. Like I have crazy. Like I almost built some cabinets yesterday and I knew immediately after I'm like packaging them, I was like, I'm not going to like this and I'm not going to build it just to unbuild it.
I want to synthesize my previous thought. I want to synthesize my previous thought to say an overemphasis on decor is a bastardization of the human experience.
I would go as far as say as
an overemphasis,
a rejection of aesthetic pleasure is a painful existence to live. To reject aesthetic pleasure is to not be a human. Fully.
And wait,
so
Dylan,
we'll figure that out later. Dylan, let's dive in because we need to know your story. So on this pod, we just ask one question: Who were you?
Who are you? And who do you want to be?
I am so well aware of these questions.
Oh my God.
Truly, like sitting here right now, I feel not nervous, but I almost feel like I'm watching because I do listen to you guys every week.
And oh my God.
Thank you for caring.
Of course. I will say I'm probably fan 31, if I can coin that.
Yes, the 31.
Because I did join the podcast a little later, but I was late to the whole podcast game in general. But you guys are like my weekly.
So how do you, because we met at a show.
Yes.
Had you listened yet?
No. So I know.
And thank God we had that opportunity to just meet with a clean slate.
But I wasn't listening to any real podcast at that time. So
the real podcasts
of New York City.
Yeah. Sorry, I lost train of thought with yes, with the questions. But anyways, Pat and I met at a show, and then I also already watched your Netflix special, Kat, before I met Pat.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I loved your special. I watched it when I was dog sitting one day, and because you came across my TikTok feed.
That's how it's meant to be watched.
Yes. I know, and the dog was a nightmare, so I was like, I need something to distract, and it was perfect. But a clip of yours came up on my TikTok, and I was like, this is so funny, and I come from like a musical theater background, so like the whole singing and the comedy was just like the perfect marriage
so
almost
much.
And then everyone, I was like, you have to watch this, you have to
Thank
watch
God.
this.
Someone's got to do it, Dylan.
No, I mean, it was my mission. I was like, if I had to go door to door, it'd be like your special and Vanderpump Rules in Salt Lake City.
My God.
I'm like, those are the three things I preach.
Thank you so much.
But no, and we some of my family friends even have like an inside joke with your special now because you said Hundy P and it's just so random. But my friend's mom didn't know what that meant. And you were like, Hundy P.
Your friend's mom didn't know what Hundy P meant?
Your friend's mom needs to be examined by a medical professional.
Mom comes from like a weird religious cult if she doesn't know what Hundy P means.
She was like,
was she homeschooled?
She's from Arizona. We'll just say that.
Wow.
Oh my God.
No, but so now like whenever we see each other, we're like, Hundy P. Like everything's Hundy P. And it's because of you. So.
Oh my God. You're making my day.
So anyways,
so are
I
you
come
San
from like.
Diego born and raised?
I am. Yeah.
Okay, so you're a California boy. You're unforgettable. Sunset.
Sunset so
bikini
hot.
on
Yeah.
top.
We'll melt your popsicles.
There's multicolored puddles all around you from all the melted popsicles that you've caused.
Yeah. And I loved popsicles as a kid, so
they were so good. Do you like firecrackers? Do you like
I
firecrackers?
loved firecrackers. I love like the orange cream and the root beer float ones.
You know what everyone always tells me?
What?
How amazing my ass is smelling. And you know why it's smelling that way?
Wow.
Because I have this cool new product called Goodwipes that I fucking love. They just elevate your everyday hygiene because they're premium wipes that deliver a superior clean to toilet paper.
I know. And for me, if you're going to be a wipe, please be infused with soothing botanicals. Like, just do that. And if you're going to wonder which botanicals, I would probably say aloe, vitamin E, and chamomile, like if I had to just say, and be good for sensitive skin, but be powerful enough to leave me feeling fresh, confident, and completely clean. And Goodwipes is one of the only wipes I've found that can do those things.
And can I just say, if you're going to be a wipe, can you smell amazing? Can you be hypoallergenic? Can you be naturally scented with a variety of scents like rosewater, shea cocoa, lavender, cedar plus botanical bliss?
And like, be super soft while you're at it, okay? Be super soft, like how Goodwipes are. And be actually flushable. Be made with plant-based fibers so they can break down easy, okay? And Goodwipes does these things that we're asking of wipes, you guys.
Goodwipes does all those things, and they're free from harsh chemicals, parabens, and dyes. So if you want to upgrade your restroom ritual, you can grab Goodwipes at Target, Walmart, Kroger, and most local grocery stores. Just head to the paper aisle and look for the bright aqua, rose, and emerald packages. They're also available on Amazon if you're more of an online shopper. I know I am. This episode of Seek Treatment is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
This episode is really brought by that. And every time I use Booking.com to find a place to stay in the United States, which is the country I live and work in, for better or worse, I know they'll have exactly what I'm looking for. Like, I just know that to be true. Like, I've seen it time and time again. At this point, I don't need to do any further research. I know that Booking.com is going to have exactly what I'm looking for.
I know that when my mom came to New York while I had heart surgery, she got a hotel on Booking.com, and it is where I stayed after my surgery, and I loved it.
Yes.
You know why? Because it was in the center of the world, New York City.
There's nothing like it.
And we got room service, and there was an elevator, which I needed after my amazing surgery. And I just love traveling in the U.S. and getting hotels on Booking.com. So no matter who you are, Booking.com helps you find the stay that's ridiculously right for you.
Find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
Woo!
Did you know that an estimated 5 billion plastic hand soap and cleaning bottles are thrown away each year?
What the hell?
No, I know, and I didn't. And I wanted to say this at a time when you could receive it, and when you were at peace and ready to hear something hard. And if that's not bad enough, which it is, but in a world where that wasn't bad enough, then I would add that most cleaning formulas are 90% water, which is heavy to ship, leading to excessive carbon emissions.
Oh my God. Plus, those products, they're often filled with like disgusting ingredients like chlorine and ammonia. That's a lose-lose situation for you and our friend the planet.
Not to be all did you know, but I have to also say that did you know we're eating and drinking roughly a credit card's worth of plastic a week, and that is one of the marquee statistics of our time. That is the go-to thing to say right now, right? It's like we are eating a credit card a week.
Yummy.
And so products that we're using every day are ultimately contaminating our water supply, generating hundreds of microplastics that we end up ingesting. So Blueland set out to do something about it. Eliminate the need for single-use plastics in the products we reach for the most.
I have to say, I'm addicted to my Blueland package. When it arrived, it comes in the cutest packaging. I set up all my little bottles. I've been cleaning my apartment more because I just keep I keep all the little bottles in their little place. And the smells are so good. The design is cute, so you can just have it out on the counter. And refills start at just $2.25. So you can also set up, so it's so affordable because you can also set up a subscription or buy in bulk for additional savings.
Yes, and you know how I like things that are easy and breezy, and that is exactly what this is, because you fill your reusable bottles with water, drop in the tablets, and wait for them to dissolve. You'll never have to grab bulky cleaning supplies on your grocery run, which is one of the worst things you can have to do.
And they got hand soap, toilet bowl cleaner, laundry tablets. They're all made with clean ingredients. It's trusted in over 1 million homes, including mine.
And you know, I went door to door to every house I could find and said, do you trust Blueland? Over 1 million people said yes. One of those people was me in the mirror. Okay, so listen. I love how my Blueland products are all around my apartment. They're all kind of like in conversation with each other. It's cohesive.
It's a community.
It's connective. It's community. So Blueland has a special offer for listeners. Right now, get 15% off your first order by going to blueland.com/seektreatment. You won't want to miss this. Blueland.com/seektreatment for 15% off. That's blueland.com/seektreatment to get 15% off.
I do not like these green eggs and ham. Let me ask you this.
Sam, I felt bad for Sam I Am as a child. I would like get frustrated. That book frustrated me. I would be like, oh my, well, it was sort of like he needed to take a no for an answer and just move on with his own life. But it was just like he was being kind of abused, I thought.
What about this famous quote? Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids.
That annoyed me too. I was like, let the fucking rabbit eat what he wants.
That should be my yearbook quote. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids.
Silly rabbit is get used all the time. What was silly? I think Faith says silly rabbit to Buffy at one point. I think it's just silly rabbit.
Silly rabbit. Yeah.
I love when Faith and Buffy got sexual with each other.
When did the bug bite? When did the bug bite you?
Oh my gosh. I think my parents kind of knew right away.
Really?
Yeah. And
like that you were gay or an artist?
Probably both.
Wow.
No, well, like as a kid, I mean, there's two answers for like the arts thing. They just like, we used to watch High Five. It was like a PBS show. It was just like these 5 people who like sang on stage, and I'd like, there's like videos of me like dancing as a kid, and my parents were like, okay, we need to get him into like theater or something. Because
was it the same 5 people every time, or were there new people?
I think so, but I think it was kind of like each season there was maybe like some new additions, and it was like a Real Housewives cast, like who made the cut to each season. Yeah, some fresh blood.
A friend of. We'll bring you back as a friend. Yeah.
It was like kind of like equivalent to like a Barney show, but it was like live. Like,
wow.
Yeah, so in all adults.
When I was little, I was always shipping different like cast members of Barney. Like when I was little, I always wanted Michael and Lucy to get together, but they never. I literally would like be like 4 being like, I think Michael and Lucy are going to get together this episode, but they never would. Classic, well, they won't they?
Trying to matchmake at a young age with Barney and friends.
Young Patty Stanger.
But I got into community theater, and then San Diego has like a pretty like big but small like theater scene. Like we have the Old Globe and La Jolla Playhouse, and then just some other like smaller theaters where you could start getting your AMC points and stuff. And so I was lucky and I got to work in that a little bit as a kid.
Oh my God, so you're a child star.
Yeah, San Diego child star.
I love it.
But then didn't you act as a child on television?
No. My parents didn't really want to do the whole LA thing with me as a kid.
Good for them. Good for them.
I auditioned for a little bit because but very sparsely. Like I would randomly go out for Disney Channel stuff. And like
you're just always doing that thing, that gesture.
Yeah, I was practicing, waiting for my big moment.
If I was a mom, I would be one of those moms that like moved with her kid, like who like left my family to like move with one of their kids to like some sad for pilot season
or in Starlit Apartments.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no, if I was a mom.
My parents just, they were like, I was frustrated as a kid, but now I look back and I'm really happy they didn't. But they were just like, once you're 18, we'll fully support you in doing that. But we want you to have like a childhood. And my dad is also very like hard on school. So like going to school was really important. And
do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a younger brother. He's 22.
Oh my
God, Etya.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's your Etya. He's your Etya.
He's almost my Etya.
I want to get in a room with all my Etyas and just give them advice.
What about your older Etyas?
Yeah.
Your elders?
I know. I would love to, I want to make love to my older Etyas.
Yeah, and he wants to mentor his younger Etyas and make love to his older Etyas.
I bet my older Etyas will end up with my younger Etyas.
We need Etya Fest 2025.
I'm such a classic middle child between my older Etyas and my younger Etyas.
Okay, you have. So, what were you like in high school? Were you beloved?
I
bet you were beloved.
Yeah, I think I was pretty well liked in high school. I mean, I didn't do a whole lot with my high school, and I definitely think like I was kind of like a bouncer in between friend groups. I feel like I kind of had like friends in each, because I wasn't out in high school and I wasn't fully even aware, I think I started realizing maybe in high school, but it wasn't until college that I was like, oh no, like I'm gay. And it just like took a second for me to realize, I think, but I think everyone could kind of tell.
Did you have girlfriends?
No, I didn't have. Even to this day, I've never been in like a real relationship.
Were you
I bet so many girls
council?
had crushes on you, and they were like, "Why doesn't he like me?"
Yeah. Wait,
That's
were
so
you student?
classic.
Were you student council? Because gay can manifest in that way as well.
I wasn't like fully in like to like the whole. I want to be a part of the high school, like doing all this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of went and did my school. I was a kid that like would call out. Like my mom had no problem calling me out. I'd be like, I have like a headache. Can I like leave like sixth period? And my mom's like, what's your grade in the class? And if it was a good, she'd be like, yeah, we'll call you out as long as you get your work done. So I like always had one foot in, one foot out. I did enjoy my high school experience. It's like I would, if I had to, I would do it again. Like I wouldn't be opposed to, but yeah, I just kind of went through it and did it.
I would love to do high school again.
I'm a Virgo.
I have a Virgo Stellia.
You have a Virgo what?
Stellia.
What's that?
Yeah, wait, what
that means
is
you have
that?
3 or more. That means, boys, giddy up. That means you have 3 or more placements in the same thing.
Oh my God. I need to go to someone who, you need to connect me with all of your tellers and seers, healers.
I know. I have too many. I have an arsenal of tellers and seers, and still I behave this way. So I literally, the other night, I was like, I don't think any of the shit I'm doing is helping. Like I am dealing with the same issues I've been dealing with since I was like 18.
Wait, I have to give a serialized. I have to give a serialized update because I do this. Because I do this podcast as an ongoing conversation. Hashtag.
I'm obsessed with that.
Well, this weekend who made her return in Arkansas, but Burrito Girlie.
Okay, so update us.
She ran really well with no competition. She ran really fast.
Wait, who's Burrito Girlie?
She's this track star who tested positive for 4 years ago.
Can I take this? Yeah. So this is a famous track runner. In my mind, famous track runner who was disgraced after testing positive for performance enhancement drugs, and she blamed it on a bad, weird burrito that she ate.
And I used to be on her. I used to be kind of on her side, but you know what surfaced last week?
What?
News that like she's homophobic. So now I'm like, okay, Shelbo, like whatever. But like,
how can you be homophobic?
I know. I don't know, but it came to like that.
What year is it? Why is she homo?
And honestly, well, I'm sure they might listen to this, but someone who listens to the pod, but is a very, 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 very fast runner. And in many ways,
I thought you were going to say a very big homophobe, and I was like, wow.
I'm like, imagine listening to this podcast and being homophobic.
You're so angry.
You're just getting everything you say, you're so mad.
They listen to it just to get rage and then go on with their day.
And they pump iron.
Yeah. But there will be Shelby's probably primary rival when championships.
Well, guess who I'm rooting for now? Bye, Mrs. Burrito.
Bye, Miss Burrito.
It came to light that they said on Jonathan Van Ness's podcast over the summer that Shelby has been heard to say homophobic things. So now I'm viewing this season in that light.
That's really interesting.
And isn't that dramatic?
That's the twist.
And that's the twist. The twist, she's homophobic. Your next special.
The next special, the sequel.
Oh my God, stop. Not even funny, love. Okay, wait, so Dylan, so then you graduate high school.
Mm-hmm.
What happens?
Would you say you graduated with flying colors?
I would say I was pretty good at school, and I pat myself on the back because it leads me to. I went to NYU for a year,
Oh, 1 year.
Yeah, because I was a freshman when COVID hit.
No, that's shocking.
At this point, we are babies raising babies at this point.
That's beautiful, though, to usher in the next
We are Teen Mom OG when our guest on our podcast was in college for COVID.
It's just funny because I was sitting in this same building podcasting while you were a freshman experiencing COVID. So it's cool.
Wait, so do you identify as having lived in New York for a year? And by that, I mean, do you count the college?
I do say, like, I lived there for, like, well, I don't say a year because it wasn't a year. I was like, I guess I do say I lived there, but it's not like I think of like I was there and I was grounded in New York. Like it feels like I don't really remember it all that well. It was so quick and so fast. Oh. And I didn't love the school. And so I feel like I was really depressed a lot of the time while I was there. And so when COVID hit, I remember like being on the phone with my mom and she was like, I think we're going to have you like come back sooner rather than later. And I was like, yes, like get me on the flight. Like, yeah. And then I just ended up staying at home, and that's when I started making TikTok videos. And
oh my god,
it's what I was able to convince like my parents to let me take like gap years, and then eventually I dropped out.
Amazing.
The plural at the end of gap years, really.
I'm gonna take gap years.
Yeah. Well, because NYU, they'll be like, you're allowed to take 4 like gap semesters before we officially kick you out. And so every like 6 months I was writing to them, I'm like, I'm extending my gap. And then come to find out, like after the 2 years, I think it was up to like maybe 3 years after, I was still getting phone calls from them being like, do you want to come back?
Oh my god.
Because I feel like maybe like just I was like, you guys like really try to scare me, but now I realize you just kind of want my money.
Totally.
That was the vibe I was getting.
Yeah, it's like it makes no sense to go back when you're already working and doing your thing.
Yeah. When did you blow up on TT?
What was it like? Yeah, what was it like to blow up on TT during the global pandemia?
It felt like so my first videos were actually, I was making fun of Disney Channel. So all my videos were like Disney shows be like, and it was very much like Hannah Montana vibe. Just like back and forth. I put my own laugh track to it.
That's so funny.
And they did pretty well, pretty fast. But it took me a while to like really start monetizing off of social media. And even now I feel like
how do you do it?
Yeah.
I have social media managers for like brand deals and stuff.
What are they like? What are they like? Can you tell us about what your social media managers are like? If that makes sense.
They're great. It's actually very similar to like the film and TV world a bit.
Yeah.
And I was late to get managers. And so I was very like, the film and TV side, I feel like I'm sometimes pulling teeth to like get attention and get meetings and stuff like that. But by the time I wanted social media rep, I already had the following. So it was more like I was interviewing different groups and seeing where I felt like I felt best win. And so the group I'm with, they're based out of Nashville. It was an all-girl group when I first joined, and I loved that.
Wow.
Like, it felt like
it was the Spice Girls.
I felt like I was joining a sorority when like I took the meeting with them, because there was like 12 of them on, and it was all like this, and I was like, I love you guys immediately.
Yeah.
And now like they have some guys on the team, and it's just really great. So they're very like down to earth. It's different than what I thought it was, because I was expecting it to be very like Gen Z, like influency vibes, and it hasn't been like that so far.
So are those the people who are like, you know, Walmart wants you to make a video based on this?
Yeah.
So it's just like, cool. So they basically just like, you get to make what you already are making, but they match you up to get like paid for it.
Yeah, most brands are like really easy. They'll be like, this is kind of the style we want, but make it to what your videos are like, so your audience will watch it. And then like, I'll send them like a couple drafts of a script, and then we go back and forth. And once I have the video, they'll sometimes send me like edits and stuff, and then it gets posted. So it's like a fun little process. It's like a mini commercial almost, it feels like.
Do you do it on IG too, or is it mostly TikTok? You do it everywhere.
I started with TikTok, and then during the writer's strike is when I started posting a lot on Instagram.
Why during the writer's strike?
Before the strikes, I was not really monetizing off of social media. When I first moved up to LA, I was really in my head about being seen as an influencer as opposed to like trying to break into the acting space.
But that's so like how hot people want to be funny and funny people want to be hot. It's like,
yeah,
it's like people in the TV world wish they were like
getting brand
had
deals.
huge followers,
Right. Yeah.
and then people who have huge followers wish they were in TV world.
Yeah.
And that's why that's why every day I drop down to my knees and thank my God up in heaven that I don't have any followers.
You have followers?
No, I don't have followers, Dylan. That's okay. I don't care. I really don't care. It's not interesting. I really don't care anymore about anything, especially I really don't care about fame anymore.
I don't care about dying anymore. I used to care so much. Now I'm like, take me.
I've never cared about dying. But wait,
I don't know.
so
you found good managers, and then what's your life been like in LA? Like, what's the dating scene? What's the vibe?
my
Who are you
gosh.
now?
Who am I now? Well, I feel like. Hold on, let me finish. Can I finish the
Of course.
like getting into the
sorry, you can't finish. If we let you finish, we'd have to start letting everyone finish.
Yeah, no, I'm no exception. I may be number 31, but I don't get a pass. No, so I didn't, because I was like towing that line between like, I want to be seen as an actor, but I'm making these videos and all my videos are acting based, but I still feel like when people, they're like, you're an influencer. And I'm always like, I'm a content creator. Like I always like try to like emphasize it's like the creator part. But I was working at an acting studio, just like doing like front desk kind of stuff when I first moved up here. And then when the strikes happened, that's when I was like, I want social media management. And that's why I started posting on Instagram, just so I could hopefully start growing a following on there to make like brands want to have me post on both. So now, yeah.
So, wait, sorry.
No, you're good.
Is it better to be on Instagram than TikTok? Or is it better to be on both?
I feel like I just try to put my videos out wherever I can, especially with like the state of TikTok and not knowing what may happen this year with it. I'm just trying to like put eggs in different baskets. So I have.
Oh my God, do you watch Love Island?
I just started this year with
welcome.
US.
It's heaven on. Oh, well, might I recommend starting with UK?
I know. Love Island wasn't meant for American people. It's too old world. It's too old world. Love Island is old world. It's about it's about like eating. It's about drinking tea and like it's
smoking
about
ciggies by the pool.
It's about like the 1900s early. You know what I mean?
Victorian era.
Love Island mimics the 1900s early.
Yeah, but instead of showing their ankles, they're showing the bottom of their tits. But let me ask you this.
We should. You know what we should do? I want to earnestly make like and post it on all like the dating app sites. Like, you know how like they do the intro packages where they're sitting in that white room, like. People call me cheeky. All my friends say I'm the cheekiest one, but I don't care. Like, I get who I want. I don't care if they do. Like, if you're gonna like me, you're not gonna like me. I don't care. My point is, give me a car. Like, give me cash. Like, that's what I want from a man. I want a man who's like about like tall, and handsome. Like, I want to make that, but earnestly, and post it widely.
That was really good.
That'd be great.
And I also want to. There's a billboard on Sunset that I always drive past, and I always think to myself, I should just like spend all my money, just whatever I like want to say, just keep putting it on that billboard. There's someone I want to post on them. I told with the notes. No, there's someone in this town who I told my manager I was going to post on that billboard that me and that person are the same age, because people tend to act like that person's younger than me.
Oh my God. Oh, I actually know exactly who you're talking about. But can I ask you guys this? Okay, Pat, first of all, this is if we have nothing going on this summer, here's what I think we should do.
Yeah.
We should rent a mansion in England by the sea in Bryce.
Oh my God.
And we should hole up. And every day, as soon as it comes out, we'll watch the Love Island episode and we'll record our feedback and we'll release an episode every day. Yeah. And all we'll do is watch Love Island and talk about it. And then the summer will be over.
I love it.
You guys would be hilarious doing that. We
could actually make money doing that one day.
I would watch that.
Ask your Nashville girls.
Yeah.
I'll get you guys in touch. They would love you guys.
If a chippy brands can get us a little money.
Do you know what? Do you ever do this? Like the other day, I was like, I need to know more about just the shape and placement of Tennessee. And I like looked at a map, and then I kept like being like, that's so funny. This person in Tennessee, and I like pointed to like one corner is so far away from this person, and I wonder if they feel connected. You know what I mean? Like this person's over by like Georgia. This person's like very much like central. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Do you ever do that with states?
Well, Texas is a classic example. Yeah. It's massive.
Not even the bigness of it, just like but like Texas to me, it's almost similar to like, because on Long Island, it's like, you know, you're only close to one thing. being like the rest of the country because do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're saying Tennessee is almost in like different zones.
Yes, and Texas and Long Island are both firmly in their zones, and I would even say San Diego.
No, okay, so Dill, who are you now? What's going on, babes?
I think I'm like really just trying to figure it out right now. Like I think,
amen, mama.
Like I'm really happy with the social media side of things, but I'm like eager to figure out what's next. And I like listening to you guys. Like I really want to like get into the writing world a little bit. And I know like you guys have talked about that and just like figuring out what that means and how to even start. And I feel like my way into the industry, especially, is I'm going to write something and that's going to be like very helpful. Just because I want to be creative and I really like, I love like Rachel Sennett and Benito Skinner. Like I really look up to them, Quinta Brunson, like people like that who kind of started on the social media world and like transitioned. So yeah, and I love Hacks. And like when I knew like I was doing the show with Pat, I was like, I called my mom and I was like, one of the writers from Hacks is doing this show with me.
Oh my
God.
God.
So sweet.
Are you friends with that girl whose show that was?
We're friendly, but I didn't know her prior. She reached out to me
on
on Instagram.
Same relation.
Yeah.
That plays at Catherine. Was that remember when remember like my first visit to LA? I did that show. The Virgil. I was making that place on Virgil. Remember the Virgil? Remember me doing that show for the Virgil? That was where the show was.
I feel like there's lots of good shows there.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
We filmed there for the amazing TV show that I'm in that never aired.
Oh, really?
Shout out. I remember because I had wellness formula delivered there.
I want to do more stand-up, so people should book me on their stand-up shows.
I definitely want you to do more stand-up. You're
I did
so
that
good
classic.
at it.
I did that classic post.
I know. You got to ask for what you want.
Yeah, in this world.
Totally.
But
and so that's kind of your dream. You want to break in. You want to do TV film. You want to make your own show.
And what's your dating journey?
Oh my gosh.
Are you going out on the town?
I am going out. I go on a lot of, I feel like I'm pretty.
You go to one semester at NYU, immediately become gay.
No, that's literally, no.
That's all it takes in it, love.
How it happened was I was down in my dorm's laundry like room and I saw this guy and I was like, oh my God, he is so hot. And
yeah. What kind of hot was he?
Just like boyish, like, I don't know. I was like, it was like the first time where I really like saw someone and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm very attracted to you. He was like tall, like skinny, like, yeah, I don't know. It was just, I mean, we were 19 at the time. So, you know, we were like babies in that sense still.
There's someone in my orbit right now who's like literally 6'6". It's kind of crazy to like behold.
That's intense.
No,
it is intense. Yeah,
that's giving like when a girl has a breast. It's giving when a girl has a breast reduction. Like it's like fun and games until it's not.
It's interesting. It's like he's 6'6". He is hot, and I believe he's gay. But it's like his personality is bad. But it's like I can't even tell if I care. You know what I mean?
It's always so hard to tell when like are they gay? Like I'm always feel like I'm trying to figure out who their mutuals are so I can like text my friends and get intel.
Yes.
I think they're always gay.
Yeah.
I sometimes presume that too.
The good ones are taken or.
And then sometimes I'm surprised. Yeah.
Taken or.
Taken
or is a good title. Taken
or.
Taken or.
Wait, what was I just going to say? Oh yeah, it's just so fascinating, you know, how the human brain works where it's like, once you're into someone, it's like there could be so many things that should really be like, this is so stupid about them, but then they don't matter.
Yeah.
You almost wish they could matter sometimes.
Until like too long in, and then you're like,
I know. And then years of your life are gone.
Yeah.
There's nothing more powerful than sexual chemistry. Like it is the craziest drug.
I know, but you know what I'm listening to right now for no reason? I can't stress this enough.
What?
Mating in Captivity.
Oh, I've never read that.
I don't know that.
Well, I'm just fascinated lately by erotic desire and domestic partnership and like how those two things relate to each other / are completely, you know, independent of one another and what that all means and what I even should be. I can't tell what I want, I guess. And so like, it's interesting. What's
the book teaching you?
Well, it's like really like, just like, I mean, I'm only like I'm listening to it while I go on walks, but like so maybe in.
God, I love audiobooks. It's really changed the game for me.
I'll only listen to a book like that on audio where it's like almost self-helpy or something, but like it's like a lot about how, you know, desire. It's so like you could only have desire through distance, and like desire is longing, so you can never quite get the thing, and so it's all about how you have to, and like. In order to desire someone, there must be a separate person for you to desire, so you can't meld in too much to one another. You know what I mean? And how it's like we all crave the security of knowing the person's always going to be there, but that security, for one, it's a myth. Like you'll never have that security. It's false. Everything's impermanent, or like there's never a guarantee that things will keep going on. So it's like you're grasping at this security that will always be out of your reach, and the cost of that is your erotic desire. Because once you feel like you have it, it's sort of like it's all gone. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, Dan.
I don't know what the solve is. I'm not there yet in the book.
I literally yesterday was listening to your guys' episode with Bowen, and just like how you guys were talking about, it's like as soon as you know you're gonna have sex, you kind of just lose the interest. And I feel like it kind of like go like I totally related to that, and I feel like that's kind of similar to what it's like you've got like it's a sense of different security of like, okay, they actually want to like, we're actually going to do this. And then all of a sudden it just goes away. Does that make sense?
Did I say that?
I think you guys were both in like conversation about it. Yeah.
So was that something that I said on my podcast?
You were talking about how it was the like day after you went on that Grindr thing that like blocked you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! I forgot about that.
Where in protest went to the lobby of his hotel anyway, and then went home. It's so important to do that, you guys. It's self-care to go to the person's hotel lobby for no reason.
Wait, can I ask? Okay, everything on my TikTok is suggesting that I read a book called The Art of Self-Love. But then when I looked it up, it's like not a real book. It's like a pamphlet on some woman's website. And I'm just wondering if anyone knows what I'm talking about and if anyone can help me who's listening.
I don't know that.
Okay. Just say, can you post it? I know there's one girl who knows what I'm talking about. Which is,
I'm sure.
That's all it takes.
I love that we do just use this podcast as sort of like Google.
I know. A few women are DMing me about how to get my pussy wet. I'm like, I love my podcast.
Wait, really?
Because I was like, I'm dry, I'm not horny. And they're like, try this. I'm like, okay, I love my community. I love the 30.
People really ran with my like fiber dry lip like situation. Someone thinks I'm on steroids. I've been accused of being on steroids. I was like, if I was on steroids, my ass would be so fucking fat. You would die of wanting it so bad. Natty AF. But someone was like, if you are doing, I know you've gotten into bodybuilding, and if you are doing that, like that could be drying you out. And I was like, okay. And then like, but I forget my point is, but in any case, okay. So what's your dating journey, Dylan?
Oh my gosh. I mean, like I like going on dates, but I feel like a lot of them are just like one and dones, and like I just can kind of tell instantly. So like I've never been in like a long-term relationship. I feel like I've been in some like situation type ships, and then they just like, you know, fade away, and I'm like, I can't do this, but I'm trying. It's just like, it's not super easy.
Are you on the apps?
I am.
Which do you like to party?
I did a little bit when I first moved up here. Now I feel like I'm definitely more of a homebody.
Well, you're redecorating.
I'm redecorating.
You're redecorating for Christ's sake.
I don't drink as much as I used to. I like for like a fun event, like I'll go and have fun, but I'm not like wanting to go out all the time.
You're not living that life, Von Dutch.
No, new segment should be: Are you living La Vida Loca or not?
Yeah. I'm living that life, Von Dutch.
I love that song.
I don't know that
Charlie.
song. The Charlie XCX. Yeah,
it's Mrs. X.
I think that might be my favorite song from her album.
Yeah, that is so good.
I think I'm giving up on AirPods. I just lost another pair, and it's just they're not for me. I can't do it.
I've never had AirPods. I'm a Beats person.
I know that my AirPods are leaking like the darkest chemicals directly into my brain folds, and I'm just like slurping it up. I love it. There's microplastics everywhere, darling.
Everywhere.
We eat a credit card every day. Look at me. In the time it's taking me to say the sentence, someone just ate a credit card, okay?
I can't stop eating credit cards.
You're eating a credit card. You're eating a credit card. You just ate a credit card. You're
Dr.
eating
Phil,
a credit card.
I have that thing where I'm eating a credit card.
Every second because of modern containers.
There's credit cards. Yeah, my dad saw me using like heating something up in a plastic take. I think he's like, don't do that. That's plastic. And I'm like, okay, if I'm not supposed to do this, then I do this not only every day, I do this 4 times a day for every meal I have.
No,
so it's over.
My parents have been in the like microplastic kick as well. Like they got like all glass Tupperware now in our house.
Parents, it's a good interest for them once they're empty nesters.
Yeah. It's a new hobby. Microplastic awareness can keep their brains active.
Prevents Alzheimer's.
In lieu of Sudoku, they could get glass Tupperware. They can be conscious of microplastics in lieu of doing Sudokus.
Do you guys have a crush of the week?
Oh my God, is it time?
It literally is.
No way. This went by so fast.
It always does.
It flies like a bird.
My crush of the week, I don't know if I can say. I have kind of a, not real, but like, I had kind of like, what felt to me like quite a sexually charged interaction. You know, I've been going on these long walks just to like get out of my apartment, and you do just run into people, and you do sort of see, like on my walk the other day, I saw this guy walking with his friends, and like, I don't know, trigger warning, like triggering word, but like he was wearing a shirt that just said like in bedazzled, almost like liquid death, like Old English fonts, like death to all racists. No, death to all rapists.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay,
that's
so you're
really intense.
To walk around sober. Like for one, now you're making everyone think about rapists. And then for two,
I'm like trying to jog and I'm like thinking about.
You're bravely in East Los Angeles coming out as anti-rape. Like, okay, cool. And, but that's all to say. On my long walk, I ran into someone in this classic moment. I do think they listen, so they'll hear it. Well, I shouldn't say. I'm going to why don't I not say the things I'm going to regret on my podcast anymore? So I won't say the specific. I was in a very specific moment of the human experience that I won't say because I did tell the person I was in that moment.
Okay.
And, but then we just chatted and we walked and but he's someone that like, I will say I've seen at parties and he's always a close talker. So like, you know, that then skew. There should be a standard distance that you legally have to stand from in relation to someone when you're just talking to them normally, so that we can perceive correctly if we're close talking in a sexual way or not. But we just had like the closest talking for so long, and I was like, why is this feeling so sexual? And so I was like, I can't tell exactly how I feel about it, but I think in terms of like his I'm like, well, there could be something there. So anyways, he can be my crush of the week if he wants.
This is the guy with that shirt.
Talker.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, we align politically.
You're like, this is my new partner. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so supported. Thank you. Crush of the week, Dylan. Do you have a good one?
Have
I talked about my? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I went to Alcove last night. Just with like some friends.
I have such a funny relationship with Alcove where it's like it's so bad, but I love it.
See, I was trying to think if that, because I remember you guys were talking about a place that you guys didn't you love to go but kind of hate, and it was only
everywhere we go.
Just me with everything and everyone. I went there last night, and I think I teeter more, and I really love it. But I have half of a club sandwich in my fridge that I'm gonna eat after, and I think that's
God,
really
I love a club sandwich.
Crush of the week.
If you really want to like explore the human emotion of like hate, you should order the crispy Brussels cauliflower, the fried cauliflower at Alcove. It's like so offensively bad. You're like so upset that they would even think to plate this and bring it to a human being who's giving them money for that.
They serve it in a dog dish, right?
Yeah.
And they make you get on all
with
fours.
A collar you had to put on.
Yeah.
They set it on the ground next to your table, and like you eat the whole thing, and you're so upset.
On
you're like,
all
this
fours
is so
too.
bad.
You have
I'm
to get it on all
mad.
fours.
And guess what? You go back again that very next day.
Yeah, I've actually been upsetting myself with food lately. There's this this Indian place I really like, but I ordered from there, instantly had like crazy dye, princess dye, and then ordered from there 3 days later. Like, what the fuck? It was so good, though.
I know.
I mean, it's not a comment on the restaurant. It's a comment on me and like what I physically can handle.
Right.
Do you know what I need? You know what
I'm
I
the
need
same
again?
with Indian food, though. It never like it tastes so good, and then it hits really bad after.
I need again that breakfast burrito that Charles Melton ate to gain weight for me in December.
Oh my God, the one that
I forgot about that.
It was giving Caltine bars because I was like, that was my favorite thing when I was in LA. And then it's like, that's what he ate those to gain weight in December. Wait, okay, my crush of the week is, have I talked about the British TikTokers I'm obsessed with? Dylan, I'm sure you've seen them.
I don't know.
They're the Welsh, sorry, they're not British, they're the Welsh Five, and they're a group of 5 amazing friends from Wales who like review
They're
food.
PBS singers. They're PBS singers. They're PBS
I don't
singers.
know them.
They're everything, and they're on a trip to Florida right now. And Charlie Ann C, my favorite one, she calls it Flory. She's like, "Hi, we're in Flory," and they're like learning what Chili's is, and they're my crushes of the week. So I'm obsessed with them. The videos bring me so much joy, and they're re-sparking my love for something as simple as Chipotle, because they go to Chipotle and they're like, "This is hev," and I'm like, Chipotle is hev. I'm ordering it, and I had it yesterday, and it was amazing.
They always shorten every word. Flory, have.
Flory.
Ew.
Do y'all feel hot today?
I did what I did this morning?
What?
Wednesday's my day that, like, if I want to, like, I skip the gym, but I just haven't been. But, like, I literally got up, I was at, like, a dinner last night that went a little longer than I would have wanted. I got to sleep a little bit later than I would have wanted. And I still woke up. I went down, I got dressed, I went down, I got in my car. And
You got
was like,
this.
I'm not going.
Wow.
And then I went back up the stairs and I wrote a little bit instead.
Nice.
Sometimes it's really good to listen to your body.
Yeah. And also with my elbow being sore and everything, like,
Of course.
it's just crazy with that. And like with SNL 50 happening.
With SNL
like,
No, I
it's just,
know.
like,
An
it's-
award season.
Award season.
Like, self-care is so important right now.
No, totally. I don't feel hot, but that's okay. I've just been eating and drinking like crazy. Kind of cool. January, New York. I mean, it will fuck you up. Oh, it's February. Whatever. February, New York.
I know, but I cannot stand the culture.
Pat, we've talked about this.
I
Let it go. I know.
I just like it's every other month.
But you don't know, like, the weather and the vibes here right now are making me eat Chipotle.
Girl, you know for a fact I just was there. You know
You're
for a
right.
fact.
I'm sorry. I've said too much. Okay.
Dylan, do you feel hot? Do we really ask?
I feel like I'm like right in the middle, maybe. I feel like maybe it's a little too early for me in the day to be like,
It just
feel
takes
like
some
hot.
time.
Yeah. I do kind of like my hair right now. It's a
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good
great.
hair day. So I guess, yeah, I'll say I feel hot. Why not?
It's time for me to get a cut pretty soon.
Really?
It's
Like, I do like this is
always-
so me in high school what I'm wearing right now, like the long sleeve, like repping
That's a great shirt.
St. Anthony's track and field. Like
great
this
shirt.
is what you wear to practice. Winter track, you wear this. You wear like those
I'm just
CVS
living
wool
that
gloves, spandex wool gloves, and then you wear a t-shirt over this.
Mhm.
Layered look. Okay.
I was like, you rock a backwards cap though. Like it looks really good.
I've gone through phases with backwards caps, but now at this stage of my life, it just feels too like I'm trying to be something if I wear a backwards cap. Do you know what I mean? Though I do think it looks good, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I don't think you're trying too hard.
Thank you, girl.
Are you guys mad at me?
No, you mad at me? Have I been boring?
No.
No, that's how
Dylan,
I
are you mad at
feel.
us?
I can never be mad at you guys. I'm like, did I give enough today?
You
You're
gave just
heaven.
enough. Yeah, it's
you
a
gave
perfect
you gave
amount.
the Goldilocks.
Just
You gave us
right.
You gave us Goldilocks
You
treatment today.
served Goldilocks on a silver platter.
No, this was so fun. I was just like,
Thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to meet in real life.
I
next
know.
time you
Yes.
come to Hell.
Oh, we
Yeah,
got
well,
one.
I'll go to Alcove and have that
Oh my
horrific
gosh.
dish on all
please,
fours.
yeah, we can all try.
Bark.
I'm gonna be in New York in April too for
Oh,
the
well,
first week if you're around.
well, let's
I'd
be
love to
living
see
that
you.
life
Yeah.
von Dutch.
And same with you, Pat. Like we're so close. We need to
Yes,
actually
I
like
know.
just
This is yes. Bite the bullet.
bite the bullet.
I love it. Well, thank you guys for tuning in, and don't forget that when a heart breaks,
Breaks,
it
it
don't
don't
break
even.
Treatment. If you're boring as fuck, seek treatment. If you're unlucky in love, seek treatment. If you just can't take a hint,
That was a Headgum podcast.